So I start with the Harbor of Peace. First of all, we are thank you to have you here, all guys. Why we choose the name Harbor of Peace? Because the harbor is a place of landing people, and here we have a place of landing for refugees. And this was the topic of our project, the Harbor of Peace, because the refugees of the Ukraine or other nations are looking for the peace of the way of living. So we decided to name our project the Harbor of Peace. And yeah, the figure out was how we can build small models. We can choose them to build a way of living for these people. And yeah, on the next page, we have the plan how we decide to build this on the area. First of all, we have small places we can build between the Danube and the train stations. We want to build not only the way of housing, so we decide to build playgrounds, fields to play volleyball, table tennis, and yeah. And now you can see the bridge, which is a connection between our community and the city. And we have 3 ships. We are decide to plan with school, with kindergarten, and community place of cooking and eating. And on the right side, you can see some figures. We had 144 units, 250 beds, and these ships are 3 types of education. And down there, you can see the groups of people we are focused on. We have elderly people, single or pair living, family, or the whole community as the place. And on the next page, we have the ground floor plan, and we decide to put the elderly people in the ground floor. So we haven't used elevator. And next to each of the houses, we have community spaces. Maria later goes on this topic, and we have lavatory, rubbish stores, and spaces for bikes as well in the ground floor. On the next page, we have the plan of the normal living spaces. Here can you see the single living models, the couple living models, and the community or family living models as well. And you can see all of them are as looking at the next one, but it's a huge space of living in a smaller space. Yeah, and at the rooftop is quite used as a community space as well. We have urban gardening, farming houses, and public cooking, and relaxing on the rooftop. We decide to community give it back to them, and yeah. And now Maria continues with the community models we decide to plan.
Yes, so just as Joel said, next to the living rooms, we also got community modules such as an administration, shops where the residents can go and shop right in the area and don't have to go into the city. We also thought about giving them the opportunity to have nurses or doctors right there. So we built a nursing office and next to them also arcade. So all in all, we've got like 8 community modules as shown here. So the administration, a shop, a music room, library, a gym, nursing office, arcade, and kitchen. And these community modules are always on the ground floor, which are easily accessible and also barrier-free for everyone to come in. They're welcome, they're off, they're mostly open. So, into the next one. I'm sorry, I don't know why this won't switch that easily. Yes. This here is the elevation of one of our big building. As you can see, the ground floor is pretty much closed because the pathway is right next to it, and we wanted to have a little bit more private spaces. And in the upper floor, we've got bigger windows, which directly show to the river. And on top of that, we've got the roof terraces with a little bit green spaces, etc. So the next one, just a second. Are 2 sections. One section is cut through, so is section A on the right side is through the staircase, and the left one is just through an apartment. And here you can see how the ground floor is built. So we've got on the right side the river and a walking space, which is the highest point, and left down there is the train station. And yes. So the next one. For the construction, we've got standard modules, which are 4 meters in the width and 10 meters in the length. And it is built of a wooden frame construction with the whole supporting structure incorporated in the outside walls as well as the ceiling. And the interior walls can be easily added according to the needs of the tenants. So if they want to adapt something inside their buildings, they can easily build a smaller room or a bigger room just as they need. And as Joel said, we also focused on the ships that are on the river. We've got from 2 to 6 ships currently, but we thought about maybe taking 3 of these ships to make something for the children that are also coming as residents there, such as, for example, a school floor plan, a school on one ship, which can also be used for the adults at the evening to have language lessons. And next to that one, we also got a cafeteria ship where not only the children who go to school, but also the kindergarten kids can go there and have something like a meeting point. And of course, the last one is the, can't switch it, the kindergarten floor plan. It's mostly always the same construction, the same dimensions with classrooms or rooms for the features, etc. So the next one is the elevation and the section. As you can see, we wanted to build it all on one floor, which is more easy for little children to accommodate, and they don't have to go stairs up or down, and which also doesn't interrupt the view of the buildings behind that. Yes, and now Joel will talk more about the future scenarios.
Yeah, thank you. The future scenarios, because we decide or think about the future of them, how we can build for the community in these places where the people going back in the future and can keep these and build them up in the places they are coming from. Is this Ukraine or other places and countries? And so we decide how the future can look like with these models. And we have the single model in a place standing right there. The single models doubled and across the road or on the next page. The double model or the double model next to next. Also, so the future of these really full plot of models, how we can build them in the space of living, and new community can establish these spaces. Or like a tower as well in a smaller city or places, we have not these spaces for single models, so we can build smaller towers as well for these places. And here we are finished with our presentation, and we say thank you for your attention.